All right, so after testing out version 14.2.2.2 of FSD, I do have to go on a little bit of rant here. It drives great. FSD has gotten super smooth. It does a great job of driving. It does a great job of parking for the most part now. We still do need to get parking spot selection because that is not great at the moment. It does still park in handicap spots or drive-through spots or curbside spots or whatever. It doesn't know that a spot is something that it should or should not park in. It just sees an available spot and goes for it. So we do need to get that, and we really need to get a way to control speed if they are not going to get the map data and navigation stuff sorted out. So that is the thing that is the biggest problem right now, is the navigation, and that includes the speed data, the map data that they have for different roads, because the car is going to try to go whatever speed it thinks is appropriate for that location based on the speed limit that it thinks that it is. And unfortunately, it is often incorrect about that speed limit, as well as it often gets the navigation totally wrong. So we're trying to park at, Dunkin' Donuts, and for some reason it had the location for Dunkin' Donuts completely wrong. And so it just kept parking at Einstein Brothers Bagels, which was, it's only like, I don't know, a quarter mile away, not even. But it's enough that I wouldn't want to walk over to Dunkin' when it could just park there. Obviously, I wanted to park at the place I want to go. So navigation issues are the number one problem, I think, right now. And that includes the speed profile situation. So speed profile works well when it actually knows the correct speed. But when it doesn't know the correct speed, there's not much you can do about it. You can, try to go down to Sloth, or you can go up to Mad Max, and hopefully that sorts out your issue. But if it thinks the speed limit is, 60 and it's actually 40, if you put it in Sloth, you're still going 20 over, because it's still going to go, it's still going to just peg it at that speed limit. So that is a problem. And if they don't solve the map data soon, they are going to have to bring back a way for you to do speed control on the thing. And, or take liability for speeding tickets. So I don't know how that would possibly work. That seems like it'd be something well down the road before they could actually essentially send these tickets to Tesla. That's not going to happen. I mean, I don't know. I guess it will. It would happen if a robotaxi got pulled over, I guess. I mean, if Tesla's operating that robotaxi and it gets pulled over, there's a speeding ticket, they would get on the, on the radio with support or whatever, and I guess send like a citation to Tesla. That would be interesting. I'd really like to see how those situations work out. But for now, because it is FSD supervised, I think we need more control, or they need to really hop on this navigation stuff that they have, the problems with speed and just location of things. I really think that they could actually crowdsource this with their own vehicles. I mean, for a long time, they've just relied on map data from third parties. And I mean, they've got cars driving all over the world, millions and millions of miles. So they could just map the whole thing. They got cameras around all the cars. They could just map like all of the locations, like everywhere, essentially. I mean, at least add their map data on top of what is currently sourced, to improve upon those areas that are not correct. I don't know. I'm not sure how they're going to solve it, but I do know that that is the biggest thing right now that they're really going to have to solve. So I just wanted to, rant on that a little bit as the car drives me perfectly around without any intervention, um, which is nice. Don't get me wrong, it's nice, but I still think the biggest problem is something that honestly I would have not thought was the biggest problem. I would have thought it was going to be some technical challenges of driving and edge cases with driving that was going to be the biggest problem. But now it seems like it's actually one of the more basic things, just navigation, which is strange because like Waymo, for example, they kind of went the opposite direction entirely. They went full on HD maps and for a location, and then they put out the cars in that location, but they can only go in that location because they have very precise HD maps. Now, that becomes a problem when the roads change. Like, for example, when there's construction or, whatever. They just have a different traffic pattern going on because of an event or something like that. Those things, it still has to know how to handle those situations that might be different. And Tesla actually is much better at that because it's more generalized. It's going to take the situation and take the context of the situation into account first, with a layer of that navigation on top of it. So I just think that we're at the point where it's like we've got to get that last piece of navigation and stuff sorted out so that it can truly be unsupervised. Because right now, I would definitely not want it to just park in the wrong location or go the wrong speed and be liable for it. Other than that, it is very safe. So anyway, that's it for this one. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.